Hi, welcome to the RKKR Horror Book Club, where once a month we get together and we read or listen to a book and we review it, even though our opinions mean absolutely nothing. My name's Rob Lamontagne, and that's Caitlin. I never used French letters because I preferred the real feel. Yes. I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Rob! That's not true.
I am so sorry. As soon as I discovered what French letters were, I was like, oh man.
Oh man. That's really good.
Okay, what's the book we read / listened to this month?
So this month we listened to 3 short stories from the book
You Like It Darker.
You Like It Darker by Stephen King.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I only got 2 out of 3 short stories done. It's been a month, it's been a busy month, and I thought that these short stories were going to be pretty short, so I didn't give myself that much time. And but I read Spark Notes on one of them.
I listened to all 3 of the stories that were actually suggested by fan / friend Braden. If you're watching this, I will come right out of the gate. I did enjoy all 3 of these stories. I thought they were pretty good. The Answer Man being the top one out of the 3.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Which one didn't you get complete?
I didn't listen to Danny Coughlin's Bad Dream. I didn't listen to that one yet.
Yeah, and that I would say that the Answer Man and Danny Coughlin's Bad Dream were pretty good for the stories. Two Talented Bastids was good, but it was kind of a nothing burger, just a little mystery alien thing, but it didn't really develop into anything too crazy. But Danny Coughlin's Bad Dream was really, really good. Wonderful pacing, great character work. Man, Stephen King, it's insane how much he can write and create, like all of these different characters with different like little like quirks and everything for years and years and years, and none of them feel like a duplicate of any other character that he's written. All of them are interesting in some way or another, and I'm just blown away every single time with his stories. They're all good. You know what I mean? Like, I have yet to read a Stephen King book or listen to a Stephen King book that isn't fleshed out in a really, really easy and fun way with a lot of character depth. Even in short stories, they're great. Like, they are just great, fun stories.
Yeah. Well, I know. So first with two talented Bastids.
Yeah.
I have a really hard time saying that. So that I agree. Like, let's do one at a time.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So, Two Talented Bastids, I agree with you that it was kind of like, yeah, okay. I do, however, love the concept of where does talent come from? And what does it take to become successful? I should back it up too, actually, because I got the audiobook. I didn't read it because I was like, we're only doing 3. I'll just quickly listen to them. Like, how long can they be? I'll just like pump this out real quick. And I just kept falling asleep. So I can't do audiobooks. It's way too hard for me. I have to actually have like a physical book to read. But
you didn't like Will Patton reading the book? That's the narrator of the book, by the way.
Yeah, he did a great job. Will Patton's voice was very soothing, and I think that he did a great job, especially in Two Talented Bastids. Props to, it was just that I would put it on and I'd be like, fall asleep.
I will say this: every Will Patton narrated Stephen King book has been a home run. The guy can do he has incredible range when he has these characters. He did The Outsider, Mr. Mercedes, and this, and every single one of these books has been just amazing character work. He gives a lot of life to each individual character, and he's great at narrating these stories. Home run every time. If you see Will Patton narrating one of these audiobooks, give it a listen, because you're going to be entertained. So yeah, Two Talented Bastids, fun-ish, not the best out of the bunch, but still, the description of the creatures was good, and like, them rescuing it was good, all that stuff good. It was okay. And then the other one that you did listen to was The Answer Man.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I finished that one a couple hours ago.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought, and that one, The Answer Man, is your favorite out of all of them. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know why it wasn't bad, but I felt like I've read this before. Like, I've read this story of like, do you want to know the future, or do you not want to know? Is it good to know, or is it not good to know?
But is it
Is it
the
a
future,
curse, or is it a blessing? Is it you making it up, or is it, you know what I mean? Like, I've heard this story already, so I didn't think that it brought anything that new to it, I guess.
To me, like, what you're saying is, like, you've seen Groundhog Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, is there any stories now comparable to Groundhog Day where you'd be like, I've seen Groundhog Day, and if this is the same premise, like, I don't need to see or listen to like that kind of premise again?
No. And I'm not saying like I thought it was bad, but it's just that like I feel like I've read this kind, or like
Yeah, no,
I've
I
seen
know
it.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I do, I totally understand and get what you're saying. I really liked the idea of this story because I find it fascinating when you are sitting there going like, okay, does the Answer Man actually have the answers, or is he? Because you got to think, the question that you ask, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what you think you're going to ask. You, as soon as you get the answer for that question, you're now going to be like, well, wait a minute, like, how does that happen? And you're going to go off of that one thing, and that's what he did to the Phil, I believe his name was. Yeah, Phil, like, and it just kept leading you down a path where now, is it the guy actually giving it the answers, or is he just, is it already preordained and happening? Like, there's just a question of I don't know, like, I loved it. And his first half encountering with the guy, it's just like all luck, and like, this is, things are looking up for you, it's going to be great, and he got all the answers that are going to give him a positive future, and then the second half is just horrible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where the horror comes in for that particular story, because it's just horrible,
Mm-hmm.
like true to life horror, where there is no boogeyman, there's no monsters, it's just witnessing somebody have the worst outcome in their life.
I think the craziest thing for me is listening to it and then him going to war, and in the back of my head being like, okay, well, he doesn't die here. Like, he clearly doesn't die because the Answer Man said he didn't. And then there were moments where he felt braver because he knew he wouldn't die.
Could you imagine, people back in like just ancient times, like an Achilles character, right? And like, oh, he can't be killed. He can't be killed. And just believing that so strongly that you do have such a confidence that it just creates the talent that allows you to just get out of all these scenarios. And then all it would take is like one person being like, I curse you from here on out. Oh, you're cursed now. And then like, you believe so much in this, like, well, I'm invincible, and now this jackass has cursed me. Like, what if the curse is true? Like, it would just totally derail all of your confidence and take like, all of it out of you. And that's kind of like what happens with the Answer Man, because he's just like, oh, our boy's gonna play ball. He's gonna play ball. He's gonna become a superstar. And then every question just derails that perfect life, you know? Like, it's just, I really love this story. I thought it was great. I love that concept.
Yeah.
Brayden and I were joking though about how you know, our stupid minds now would be like, the answer man, okay, who wins the 2026 Stanley Cup? Who wins the 2026 NFL Super Bowl? Like, give me all these like, answers, and then like become a betting superstar, and like that's all you do. That's how you make your money.
I wrote down, if you had one last question, what would you ask? Because the thing for me, and I don't know, because I didn't read it as like this horror that he was like, oh my God, like my son doesn't play ball. And then, so do you think that he asked the question and then because he asked, it derailed his life? Like, do you see this as like the answer man being like a bad guy, or do you see him as like a blessing to like find out information?
I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just a window of hey man, you're encountering me. I'm not looking for you. You just happen to stumble across an opportunity to get answers to questions you might not even know right now, and it's as simple as that. I don't think like part of me is like, is it God? Is it just like God coming down every once in a while and just saying like, all right, you know, like,
have fun.
Yeah. And to like answer your question, like what would be the last question? I'd be like, what's the date time that I die? Just tell me that.
See, but wouldn't that change the outcome?
No.
Knowing? So you would just live life totally normal without.
I don't know if I'd be normal, but I would be like, okay, there's a set time. Like it would change my, like I don't think I'd like if he was like, you're dying in 4 years, August 25th, like at this time, there is nothing you could do at that point to change it. If you were like, well, I'm going to quit my job, maybe that's what causes you to die. Well, I'm going to stay with my job, maybe that's what causes you to die. I'm going to stop smoking, drinking, like I'm going to work out, like you already know it's going to happen, so it doesn't matter. So at that point you'd be like, all right, well, I'm just going to live life to the fullest now.
Yeah.
That's how I think it
But
would
see, what if it was because you live life to the fullest now that you die earlier? Because like, what if you're like, I'm going to go skydiving because I die in 4 years and today's not my day, and then you die.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I wouldn't be doing, as close as I got to that date, I would be like not doing anything that would be a painful death. Hey man, we're going to drive across the Golden State Bridge. Not today. No. No, thank you.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? But yeah. I would also tempt fate a lot. But you know what I mean? Like for like a stretch of time, you could essentially be immortal because he's told you, you're going to die at this date. So could you imagine like, okay, what if I walk away from this table right now, Mr. Answer Man, and I go get a gun, I cock and I load it. Are you telling me that every time I would put that against my head and pull the trigger, I won't die? What stops the bullet? You know what I mean? Like, that's the power you would now have from finding out when you're going to die from the Answer Man. What I got out of that story was how would I have this encounter? And I love being able to see someone else's encounter with like an entity like that. That's like these are the stories that I get the most out of, because I'm like, oh my God, like what would I do in this situation? Whereas like Talented Bastids, I'm like, what? Okay, so I'm with my brother and we save an alien, and like I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna be the biggest podcaster in the world. Oh, like you're like, you know what I mean? Like I just like it, just like, oh, okay, but like whereas this, there's way more fun concepts I can get out of that to think about afterwards, you know?
I mean, whoa. Okay, two talented why can't I say Two Talented Bastids is not about like, well, you're going to become the greatest podcaster. It's that you have, what did they give them to have this creativity that was so amazing that they became as successful? Not that they were famous or rich or whatever, but they became so successful. So they had that in them the whole time. What was it that stopped that creativity from blooming? Was it their economic state? Was it their upbringing? Was it like what
Fear of
stopped
failure?
that? Or did it give them more? You know? So it's that I thought that was way more like, oh man, like where does success come from?
Well, that
I like
resonated with
that.
you more. See? Like,
Yeah.
here we go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that to me was just, I don't think of it. I guess
Huh?
I'm a shallow man who's looking for the easiest, funnest thing. I just got to ask this guy questions and I can kind of like navigate my way through things.
Yeah. Well, then, so for you, if you ran into the answer man, would you ask him questions?
Yeah, I told you I would ask him when I was going to die.
You would actually ask that?
100%.
You know what I would do? I'd be like, oh, not today, sir. Thank you. And I would pack up and I would drive off and I would never fucking think about it again. I don't want to know anything about anything.
Coward.
Oh my god. Ah, what if he was like? What if he's like when am I gonna die? Right after we're done talking. What? Like, oh.
Which actually brings me back to your intro. What do they call condoms in that story?
French letters.
Why do they call them French letters?
I don't know. I didn't even know what French letters were until this story, and then I was like, what? Like yeah.
Oh. Yeah, because I was like, what are they talking about? I didn't look up, like, why do they call them French letters?
No idea. Like, absolutely no idea. What? Like, it's got to be some 1940s, slang for some reason, because they couldn't say the word condoms.
Yeah, I love that they had to travel to another town for them. Like, be a woman back in those days. Ugh.
Yeah, losers.
The worst.
Bunch of losers.
All right, and then so tell me about your reaction then, and I'm so sorry this will never happen again. Tell me about your reaction to listening to Danny Coughlin's Really Bad Dream. How did you like it?
I have one more question for the answer man. It would be will Caitlin ever not read a story or listen to a story for our show again? That's what I would be. Is she ever going to do this again? And he'd be like,
no.
Yes.
Oh, what are you going to do? Get rid of me?
How many times, Mr. Answer Man? How many times?
What are you going to do? Get rid of me? Like, how are you going to edit these videos off?
Let's.
Who's going to run
bitter because I did the work. I did the work for once.
Okay, so Danny Coughlin's Bad Dream. This was a great thriller. I would say it's a thriller.
Tell me about it. What was it about?
Danny Coughlin has a very, very, very lucid dream where he discovers a woman's body somewhat partially buried by an abandoned gas station, and a dog is kind of starting to like sniff around the body and start kind of chewing it up. And I think he shoos away the dog in his dream, but he wakes from this dream basically like, what the hell was that? Like that was the craziest real life dream he's ever had in his life. And he can't shake it. That like, like I've never had a vivid dream like that before. I can't stop thinking about it. So to get it out of his mind, he basically looks for this place in real life. And he ends up finding it and seeing the dog, seeing the gas station, and seeing the body. And he's like, holy shit, I can't leave this body like this for this dog to like basically ravage it. I don't know why I know where this body is, but he covers the body up with like like I think a barrel or something like that, so that the dog can't get at it. Gets a phone, like a what do they call them? Drug dealers use these phones. I can't remember what they're called. Burner,
Pager?
a burner,
Oh,
burner phone. What did you say? A pager?
pager.
Oh,
I remember back in the day in high school, people had pagers. I don't know. And I was like, Rob, it's a pager. It's not a phone.
oh. I think this story took place in 2011. So,
Oh.
so he gets a burner phone, and then he basically advises the police, like, "Yeah, there's a body here. Goodbye."
Mhm.
And they end up tracking him down, and then it turns into two FBI agents trying to break this guy down to admit that he did the murder. And he's like the entire time, like, "No, I had a bad dream. I can't explain it." And then the one FBI agent makes him a pariah in his own town. The town basically wants him gone. They all think he's done it. They leak a newspaper article. The FBI agent like plants drugs in his truck to try and get him caught so that he can be detained. And like, oh yeah, like it's a long short story that goes into a lot of detail. Like the main antagonist of the story is like the FBI agent going after Danny Coughlin, who has this. It's called, what is it called? Arithmomania, and he has to count stuff. Like every night when he goes back to his hotel room, he does laps around these chairs and counting the steps between them and adds them up, and he can't stop until like it's like an even number, and like it's just he has these like mental hangups. But he's a really really good FBI detective. But he thinks Danny Coughlin has done this. But then it turns out that Danny Coughlin didn't do it. And Danny has another dream at the end when he's in the hospital because he got shot by the victim's brother. There's a lot to it. It's a decently long story, and it's really, really, really well done because the entire time you're going like, did this guy actually do it or not?
Yeah. Yeah. And so there's no twist at the end that like secretly he's a murderer and
no, he
just didn't do it.
Because the cop leaked or the FBI agent leaked the story, or the Kentucky the KBI they call them, because he leaked the story. The victim's brother finds Danny and shoots him, puts him in the hospital, and while Danny's in the hospital, he has another dream that this KBI agent is coming to kill him. I should say that prior to this, after Danny gets shot, the actual serial killer got caught and admitted to everything. He had actually had multiple victims prior to this, and the last victim that he had actually ended up fighting him off and stabbing him so much that he had to go to the hospital, and then he ended up admitting to everything. He actually had like a charm from the Danny Coughlin's the victim's bracelet, and like, yeah. Anyways, it was really really good. It was really good pacing. It was a good mystery. You feel very sympathetic for Danny, but then you're also kind of like, well, who did it the entire time? Like somebody had to have done it, like is Danny gonna wake up or have another dream where there's another victim and actually he did do it, which I would have found to be kind of corny if he actually was the killer. I liked that the serial killer who did it never gets anything other than like, no, they caught him and they basically prove that it is him. Which kind of leaves now, does Danny Coughlin come back later on in like another short story where he's like can become a character in other stories? Because Stephen King will do that. He likes to move characters in between different stories, not making them the main character, but like side characters. Like there was I can't remember her name, but she was in The Outsider and she was in Mr. Mercedes.
I don't remember her name, but I know Holly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's quirky
awesome.
and whatnot. Yeah, she's an awesome character.
Yes.
And it would kind of be neat if Danny, with his curse, because it's essentially what this is, like he has a premonition, basically. And I don't even know, like, if, yeah, I guess it would be a premonition, because him showing up to the gas station and then seeing the exact dog and that, like, he put himself there, right? It would be interesting if there was another story that had Danny Coughlin in it. It was good. It was a good story. I didn't.
That sounds really cool. Like,
Yeah,
it
it was a really
something I
good
would have
story. It
liked.
sucks that you know are too busy this month. It's
Was that sarcasm?
no, that's not. I'd like everyone to know. There's complete and total understanding that things happen. This is all for fun. So if one of us couldn't get the book completed or whatever, it is what it is. It's still fun to even talk about what we did read or did like or blah 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 blah. Anyways,
Yeah.
but I don't think you can go wrong with a Stephen King short story. They're a lot of fun. I've read other short story books by him too. I mean, 1408? That's a short story, and it's fantastic. It's a really good one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's The Mist. The Mist is a short story. Like there's
Is it?
Yes, that's what I mean. Like all of these are great short stories. There's enough depth in them to keep you hooked and yeah, they're great. Great pick, Braden. And even though they weren't horror, there's still like that horror aspect. To me, The Answer Man had that horror, real life horror, horrible situations. It was really good. I really liked it. Not every month has to be like, okay, and they were stabbed 32 times, or the monster ripped out from their intestines and all that stuff, which I love.
Speak for yourself.
I love that stuff too. And it'll be nice to see what the next month's book is. I'm really excited for this one too.
So we took a poll on Instagram, and it was between
The Auctioneer by Joan Samson
and Last Days of Jack Sparks by Jason Arnott, and The Auctioneer won, which I'm a little bummed because I really wanted to read the Last Days of Jack Sparks, and I just want to throw my sister under the bus because my sister voted for yours twice. And I messaged her and I was like, why would you do it twice? And she was like, I just really liked the cover. And I was like,
First of all, you can't message the voters and be like, why would you do that? Like,
because my sister has 2 accounts. It's my sister and she has 2 Instagram accounts. You shouldn't be able to vote twice. That's illegal.
In which state?
I don't know.
Hey, everybody, if Caitlin ever messages you for a poll that we put out, screenshot it and share it to our Instagram account, because that is bullshit. Okay.
Hey, I didn't think it was wrong.
Absolutely, that's right. You don't sway the. Hey, I was looking at the old scale there, and it just tipped all of a sudden. Like, no, you can't do that, man.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Auctioneer wins.
And so next month, Rob is going to be in San Francisco again.
You bet.
For a vacation. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, I read the book in time and we can film it together side by side in this glorious office.
Yeah.
I wish we were in your office. It's way cooler.
The last time we made this announcement, what happened?
I didn't read the book in time.
That's right. So let's see if we can make it happen. But yeah, Auctioneer next month.
Okay. See you then.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.